Welcome back, brush monkeys. This week we're looking at the Shriller. It's like a sentient mushroom kind of thing, and this is from the Grenadier Dragon Lord's Subterranean Terrors box set. It's the same one that had the giant scorpion that we did a couple weeks ago, and the Mind Flayer before that. Came out in 1983. It's number 2012. Because this is a mushroom, I'm going to paint it kind of similar to the log leech we did yesterday. I've got some Death Guard green for most of its body here. I've got Flesh Terror's red for the top of it. I don't know what kind of mushroom it is that looks like that, but for some reason I really like the look of it, where it's red and it's got the little white dots. So I've got Flesh Terror's red for the top, and then all those little dots are going to be Ulthorn gray and then highlighted with matte white. The body of it will be Death Guard green, like I said, and it'll be washed with Athonian camo shade. The inside of its mouth here is going to be the old school poison purple or leech purple, washed with Magus purple contrast paint, and probably dry brushed with luscious lilac. Just kind of bring out all that little predatory greenness in it. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. The base, again, is going to be orc flesh with probably a wash of Agrax Earthshade, Niblet Green dry brush, and gray base band. So he's going to look pretty spiff. Actually, I may do the body, because it's a plant, I may do the body in Renderforest instead of Death Guard green. It's just a slightly darker olive green, but I think it'll come out looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pause and get started on that guy. All right, see you soon. Bye. All right, brush monkeys. 3 colors may not seem like much, but with a limited palette like this, it's actually pretty significant progress. So I got the Flesh Terror's red on the cap, and it looks pretty good. I tried to make a point of going from the inside to the outside to get those nice striations and brush marks to look like the actual mushroom cap. Looks pretty good. And then of course I got the pink painted on the inside of the mouth and the Death World Forest on the outside. So I'm going to let all that dry for a little bit, and then we'll do the shade washing on the green parts and the contrast painting on the inside of the mouth once that dries. And then it'll be time to do the little dots on the top. So he's coming along pretty nicely. Looks pretty mushroomy. So I'm going to take a break here and let that finish drying, and then we'll come back and make some more progress on him. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, I made some more progress on our shroom here. You can see I shade washed the body with the Athonian camo shade. I shade washed the inside of it with the contrast Magus purple. Excuse me. And I based the little dots on the cap in the Ulthorn gray. They look white, but that's the whole idea. Ulthorn gray is a really light gray, and it makes a good base for white. So all I got left to do is highlight those little dots with white, dry brush the inside with luscious lilac, and then do the basing. And this guy's pretty well done. He looks pretty good so far. So I'm going to pause here and let those washes dry, and then we will come back and make some more progress on them. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, we are back, and we've made some more progress. We got all those little caps highlighted in white, and they look really good. It's a very subtle effect. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but I basically just took each one of the dots and just put a little dot of white on there. I didn't paint in the entire thing with white. So it leaves some of the Ulthorn gray showing around the edges, but then those are also outlined with the Flesh Terror's red. Excuse me, I'm having a hard time talking. And then I went ahead and dry brushed the inside of the thing with the luscious lilac, and I think that really brings out all those beautiful pinks and purples in there. Really looks good. And then I decided to change things up a little bit. Instead of doing the base with Orc Flesh green and then washing it with Agrax Earthshade, I decided to try Plaguebearer Flesh Contrast, which is what's on it now. And it's going to take a minute for that to dry, but it's like a really bright yellowish green color with a little bit of brown to it, which is gross enough by itself. But I'm also going to use Secret Weapon Baby Poop Wash, and this is just what it sounds like, kind of a greenish brown shade wash, and it's disgusting. That and sewer water are probably the two grossest looking ones they have, and great for doing a lot of Nurgle stuff. But I'm going to let this contrast paint dry, then I'm going to shade wash it with the baby poop, and then I'm still going to use the Niblet green dry brush over the top of it. So you'll have this really nice kind of gross, kind of sickly greenish brown color, but then with this really bright green highlights, and then the usual black green for the base. So I think this is really going to come out looking cool. I think it's real. I like how it looks so far, and I think it's going to look really nice when it's done. So I'm going to pause here and let that dry, and then we'll come back after I put the baby poop on it and see how that looks, and then we'll finish her up. Okay? I'll see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys. Now we have the base. It's been painted with the Plaguebearer Flesh and shade washed with the Secret Weapon Baby Poop, and it looks really gross, really swampy, slimy kind of base. Also shade washed up a little bit on the mushroom itself and in the little crevices on there, kind of giving it a wet look. It looks really, really gross. Excuse me. So for right now, all I got left to do is do the dry brushing on the base and paint the base band. And then I think when, after I matte seal it, I'm going to use some of these tufts on there, just a couple of them here and there. Some of you may remember that I used these Gamer's Grass tufts on my last video with the log leech. So they make nice little irregular, swampy kind of tufts. So I'm going to use a couple on this guy too. They work out really nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and do the dry brushing, and I think the next time you see this guy is going to be completely done. So stick around and see what he looks like finished. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, there's our finished Shriller from the 1983 Dragon Lords box set Subterranean Terrors, although I think he looks better above ground with the tufts on him and everything. This is another one of those creatures, kind of like the Beholder, that was an original D&D creature, and Grenadier just lost the rights to call it what it is. In the monster manual, it's referred to as a Shrieker, but the picture in the monster manual looks almost exactly like this. So, Shrieker, Shriller, Screamer, whatever you want to call it, he's done, and he's ready to go cause some trouble in your games. So thanks for watching. I'm going to call this guy done, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, click subscribe. And in the meantime, if you want to see how to add one of the miniatures that we've painted on this channel to your own collection, check out our Instagram, Tumblr, and Patreon sites. If you want to support us in doing what we do, check out my Patreon site, check out my merch store at storefrontier.com/FlyMonkeyStudios. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts, hoodies, all kinds of stuff there. Go check that out. And in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.